Buddy, how are y'all doing? Is that Monet? Is that our
Yes,
London,
it is.
our
A
British
baker, past
friend?
baker.
Yes. Hello. Hello, hello.
Hey, yeah.
All right. Hello, Christine. Good to see you. Diana, Danny. We got a small crowd today, so this should be fun. Did we invite everybody in Facebook with the add
we
everyone?
we don't do that anymore. We
Too
send
many.
an email out 15 minutes ahead of time. We don't go live in Facebook anymore.
Oh, I forgot about that. I
Yeah,
forgot about
yeah.
that.
But
Yep.
more
Thank
people will
you.
be coming. Yep, there's more coming in right now.
Yep.
That's
Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. So, hello from London. Hello. So fun. So fun. Okay, well, hey, let's just get this party started, shall we? Um, Welcome to our weekly Cooking Up Success. And we're talking about, are you the CEO or are you the designer of your business? Which one are you really? Like really? Uh, so as people are coming into the Zoom, let me introduce myself. My name is Michelle Lynn, and I am the owner of ML Interiors Group, which is an award-winning interior design firm in Dallas, Texas. My team and I have been featured in Forbes, Southern Living, Modern Luxury, Martha Stewart, Home and Garden, and a handful of other publications. I'm a trusted advisor to small businesses, but specifically small business owners in the interior design industry. I serve designers who have achieved 5 figures in revenue and want to scale to multiple six with profit and passion. Follow me. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, Designed for the Creative Mind, send me a message to say hello. Let me know if there's any particular topics that you want me to talk about. And I'm at your service. Okay. So I do want to invite you to a workshop that we are going to be hosting, that I'm hosting. It starts on March 31st. It is called Rolling in the Dough. And for those of you who might have attended this workshop, I want to invite you again because we have, in terms of baking, we've mixed it up a little bit. Okay. It's called Rolling in the Dough. It starts March 31st. You do need to register, save your seat, but mostly because we have a really great workbook that we send out and we have concierges who are going to walk you through the entire workshop hand in hand with you. Again, if you have attended this workshop, come back because we have freshened it up. Speaking of freshened, I am looking out the window right now. I'm getting some landscaping done. I'm at my home office and it is spring break here in Dallas. And it's spring break with a 6-year-old, so it's keeping things interesting. So let me know where you guys are from. Like, where do you live? And when is your spring break? I know, because it's just interesting how it's different all around the country. Yeah, Zoom calls and 6-year-olds, it's a lot of fun. So if we see if you see my kid in here, you'll know here she is. So let me know in the chat, where are you guys from? And if you know, when is your spring break? So Hallie is in Florida and your spring break is next week. That's right. I want to be adopted by your parents to go to Paris on spring break. That wouldn't suck. Okay, so as you guys are filling that out, or filling it out, or as you guys are in the chat, I want to like, I'm assuming that some of you guys have a similar story. Like, I became a designer because I loved like making spaces pretty. I loved taking a look and getting like the tension between um I don't know, like the antique and the modern, like the making a space feel cozy and homey. I didn't become a designer because I loved marketing or sales or procurement or dealing with the clients or the trades, like the contractors. Um, Managing a team, hiring a team, dealing with bounce checks, vendor issues. accounting, cash flow, like all of that, like that was not on my bingo card. And just thinking about it is just exhausting. Like, I don't know about you, but it stresses me out. So the truth of the matter is, however, is that when you order business cards and you open your business bank account, you are becoming a CEO. So you might be a designer when you walk into the bank, but you're walking out as a CEO. And Diana is from Romania and spring break is at the end of April. Yeah. It's just crazy how the spring break, so I'm dancing around. It's at the end of April, most likely because of the weather, like in Florida and in Texas, it's already hot, or it's getting hot anyway. Romania, it's a little bit delayed. Okay, thank you, Diana. I appreciate that insight and welcome to a Zoom originating in Texas. Guatemala just moved to Austin, Texas. Oh, you started spring too. Yay. Well, Danny, you picked a fun little state to be living in. Okay, I will get back to the comments. I need to stay on point here. I love interacting with you guys. I wish we were live so we could actually talk. Okay, so let me just say, I think all of us started our firms for the love of design. But now I'm the CEO, you're the CEO, and we are juggling way more than anticipated, right? And you're trying to learn how to run your business. You're learning how to navigate, and your designs are becoming more sophisticated. So this is an exciting phase. It's intimidating, it's overwhelming, it's joyful all at the same time. Like, I get it. I get it. Been there. Still am that way on some days. But we're here today to have this quick reality check. Running a successful design business is not just about being a great designer. It's about leading a business. Okay, it's not just being a business, it is leading the business. So let me ask you, for those of you guys who are here on Zoom, and if you're watching this later on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever we end up, I'd love to hear, do you spend more time designing or managing the business? Like, let me know in our chat as we're here live today. Because I am continually blown away that it's in my interior design firm, and as I'm talking to hundreds of interior designers on a regular basis, honestly, yeah, Danny, it's like 80% managing the business and 20% designing. Now, there are weeks where it's 70-30, sometimes 60-40, and that's just glorious. But in all respect, yeah, it's less than 10% designing. You have to market, you have to get out there and get business. You have to implement the designs that you're seeing. So there's two things that I want to talk about, is that we have the two roles. We have designer, where we want to make everything beautiful, and CEO. There's two different hats. Well, there's multiple hats that we wear, but the biggest hats that we wear in business, especially if you're a solopreneur or just have a very small team. Okay, the designer hat and the CEO hat. Designer hat probably has like feathers and like really cool colors, and the CEO hat is probably kind of boring, but both are necessary to have. Designer hat, creative. It's the concepts, it's the sourcing, it's the space planning, it's the styling. It's just the dreaming and the scheming of the beauty that we create. But it's also collaborating with the clients. It's creating the presentations and giving the presentations. It's scrolling through Instagram. It's reading our shelter magazines, watching fashion shows so we can stay on top of the trends and the design details, all the fun stuff, right? Isn't that what we got into business for, is the fun stuff? And then you have to wear your CEO hat. It's the business strategy. It's the goal setting. It's the financial management, okay? It's navigating your cash flow. It's paying your bills. It's making sure that your pricing is profitable. That the hours spent doesn't eat all of the hours allocated in your design fee. It's the sales, it's the marketing, networking, systems, delegation, software, efficiency, scaling. Now, I think those things are pretty exciting and fun and sexy too. Okay, I've got a weird brain. Let's talk about you guys are like the true creatives. So I'm here to encourage you to remember that not only are you a creative, you're a CEO. So you have to have a mindset shift. You came into this business, like I said, you walked into the bank as a designer, you opened your business bank account, you came out as the CEO. Okay, you went to, I don't know, moo.com and ordered your business cards as a designer. When they came in the mail, you were the CEO. You own a business. You don't just work in one. Okay, because your business needs a CEO to thrive. Without it, without you as the CEO with the CEO hat, it's just a creative hobby. So think about this. You make money designing, right? Your design genius, your proprietary information is what makes you money. But every hour that you spend on your business strategy, on your analysis of your business, it's an investment in your future. Like there have been days, weeks, months, years probably, if I'm honest with myself, that I don't put as much thought into my strategy because execution and sometimes survival was just at the top of my list. Like there's been years where it was just like scratching survival, and like strategy would be like, how am I going to get through tomorrow? Like, okay, it's going to happen. But learn from my past mistakes and be proactive in putting your strategy together. Okay, what is your business strategy? Do you have a strategy for your finances? Do you have a goal? Do you have a strategy for your learning, your business practices? Do you have a coach? Do you have a strategy in your marketing, or do you just do social media posts randomly when you think about it? Like, think about these things, because in reality, you don't have to do it all. You create systems, you outsource functions, it lightens the load. Okay, and I'm saying this from experience because back when I was struggling and I was like just trying, my strategy was just to get through the day and I'm just climbing out of the hole, it feels like. It's because I didn't have my systems in place. I was doing almost everything because I wasn't outsourcing appropriately. Okay, now that's part of what I teach. It's like, learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them yourself. So but you do have to learn how to balance both roles, right? Does that make sense? Christine saying my ex-husband is an architect and your mom's a bookkeeper. You still run books for the act, and now the current job, since your office manager left 2 years ago, you do 50-50. Oh yeah, that's hard. You hired a bookkeeper to do the company's taxes, insurance, bill pay not related to subcontractors. You know, yes. So you do have the ability to do both. And so Christine, to your point, like you guys, you can think about like, what do you love doing and focus on that. And then what can you outsource? Okay, you don't have to do it all. What are you good at? So in all reality, like y'all, I love to do social media, but I'm not that good at it. Honestly, I am not that good at it. So that's something that I outsource and I collaborate and contribute with, but I follow somebody else's genius in their direction. Okay, that if I was in my designer role, I would want to be creative and do the social media. But as a CEO, I recognize it's not very effective and it's not a good use of my time. So who makes that final decision? The CEO. So balancing both roles is it's unique. It is unique, to say the best. Here's some things that I've learned. Block your time. Okay, just like you block time for your design creation or your design presentation on your calendar, it's been proven that multitasking doesn't really work. So set a CEO day and set a design day so that you're not going back and forth between your roles. Okay, and if you don't have the luxury of a full day, set the first half of the day as one and the second half of the day as the other. Okay, it's imperative that you're tracking your time, not only for your design work, because that needs to be used for your data to, okay, so here's this. The designer needs to track her design hours or his design hours, as the case may be. You need to track your design hours so that you can cross-reference and reconcile that data with your design fee to ensure that you're profitable. But the CEO also needs to be tracking the hours so that you can see if you're balanced. Okay, because if there's too much design time and there's no CEO time, you're in trouble. But on the other hand, if there's too much CEO time and you're too busy building your business, well, then you're not making money designing. Now, all of us are going to have different ratios in regards to how much of one and how much of the other, and it's going to ebb and flow with seasons. There will be some seasons, like shoot, right after the pandemic, where all you have is design and you cannot be arguing with it because it's just like this flow is coming in. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's going to be times where you really need to be focused on battening down your hatches and being the CEO so that your designs run smoother. So you're going to need to take a look at that. But within your CEO time, your CEO is looking at the big strategy. You still have to implement. You have to implement. You're also the salesperson. So sales and marketing, as the CEO, if you were overseeing it, you're going to be saying, okay, sales and marketing, what are you doing? Because while we're busy right now, is our pipeline full? So you have to have a conversation with sales and marketing, i.e. you, and make sure that you're keeping that pipeline full. That's the long-term success. The CEO is going to be talking to the director of operations to make sure that we are utilizing tools to automate and delegate. Okay, so your director of operations, so your CEO is going to talk to the director of operations to say, hey, are we using the right sales and marketing software? Okay, is there something that we could use to run our social media and our email marketing and our pipeline and our contract signature and all of these things? And do they talk to each other? Is there automations? Okay. Gratuitous plug for Sidemark. In full transparency, I'm a co-founder of it, but it does all of that. It's something I was looking for years. Okay. Are you recreating your email templates? If you have the same response basically to on a regular basis, create a template instead of typing it out every single time. Thanks, Hallie, for dropping Sidemark in there. But free up some of your CEO brain by automating and delegating. Okay, so there's all of these things that we have to look at from a business standpoint, not just a designer standpoint. So let me ask you this, and feel free if you can be vulnerable. Are you acting like the CEO in your business needs? Are you being who your business needs to have? Drop that in our chat. Are you acting like the CEO that your business needs? Whether you are or not, I challenge you to schedule 2 to 3 CEO hours this week. Okay? I tend to do mine on Fridays because it's because I've been just hammering so hard the rest of the week that on Fridays I can kind of look back and look forward. But what is one CEO task that you've been avoiding? Okay? Make a commitment to yourself to do that as soon as you can. So being a designer isn't enough. It is like you could be the best damn designer. You could blow Kelly Wersler out of the air and Nate Verkus and I don't know, Shay McGee and Joanna Gaines and like all these people that we see that look so incredibly successful. Like you could be better than their creativity. But if you can't or don't lead your business like a CEO, you're not going to be in business for long. So I will challenge you to this. Put in the chat one thing that you will take action on in the next week. Okay. So between now and our next live or our next conversation, what is one thing that you're going to do as a CEO? Okay. Let me know that. Wednesday's paperwork day for you because you need good. Interrupted by the school calendar, clients taken off and being available. Good. Well, I think Christine, the fact that you have that, that day set aside, let me ask you this. Paperwork is one thing. Like I did a shit ton of paperwork. That is the technical term. Yesterday, I did not get anything strategic done. Like I finished my day and I was like, I got a lot done, but I did not get much done. So think about that as you're going through on your administrative days. Let me remind you guys, we have our Rolling in the Dough workshop. It is a new and improved version. So if you guys have been to this workshop, Rolling in the Dough, how to qualify, quote, and close amazing clients so that you can bake your profits into your project. We've freshened it up. We've mixed it up. Come back. It's not the same old as it was before. I'm excited to roll this out, introduce some people to you. Save your seat. Hallie just dropped the link. Yeah, y'all are quiet today. Hallie just dropped the link in the chat. So I'm going to tell you that this workshop is free. It's 5 days. Actually, you can pencil in 9 because we give you some bonus content. This workshop is free, but the content is so good that I piss off some other coaches because my free stuff is better than some of their paid content. So if you think the free content is good, I'm just gonna invite you to work with me in any of my mentorship or coaching programs. Okay, I've got a number of ways for you to work with me based on where you're at in your business and your ability to invest. So if you want some information or if you want to get on a free call, you can let's spend some time together, either myself or Hallie, who's my director of operations. You can just email hello@Design for the Creative Mind. Okay, we're going through and updating and bringing some new stuff to the market soon. I've heard you. I understand what you guys are looking. I think I understand what you guys are looking for, and I look forward to meeting you where you need that help. So yes, Hallie, this is a quiet group this week. Probably because people are on spring break or dreaming about spring break. So thank you guys for being here. Hallie, what are we talking about next week?
I haven't come up with the title yet, but well, I had a title, but I don't know if it makes sense. Magazine worthy or good enough? Meaning, what do you need to take time to make sure gets done right? And when is better is done than perfect? Because as a designer, some things you got to make sure look really good. So where do you just not go down the rabbit hole, and where is it worth you spending more time on? Does that make sense?
Yes, and actually that's funny, Hallie, this is that we just got off of our bakery call, the Interior Design Business Bakery, which is our signature program. But we were talking about that. We were talking about being the CEO versus being the designer. And sometimes we get so stuck looking for the perfect, absolute, positively best lamp that we burn 18 hours. I mean, not really, but we could spend 18 hours looking for that. And it burns off our profitability or our time to go out and market for other clients and so forth. So anyway, that sounds like a good opportunity for us to discuss. So yay. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go check on the fam and make sure we're all intact. And maybe get a snack. So thanks for being here. We'll see you next week. And have a great week. Bye.